it's Bethany and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be looking at July and kind of recapping the whole month in my Plum Paper planner, looking at the things that are at the beginning of the book, of course in the monthly, and then also the end as well. And so I'll be kind of just checking in with all the pages and setting things up for August where need be, and also just kind of closing out July. So let's go ahead and take a look and see how we are doing. So here is the first page that I really use in this book, and I use this for a fitness tracker. So I used to track this for school stuff, and I found that I just wasn't really using it consistently. And since I started using this to track my fitness, I've really been in here quite a lot. Like every day I'm checking, and on the days where I do work out, I do mark it down. And so over here I have my little key, and so blue is lifting, pink is cardio, purple is cardio and lifting, and then the green is when I just took a walk and at least got some movement in, even though I didn't do anything else. Some days, for example, if I were on the 9th, if I did a walk here as well, that would be noted. I just did walk and then also did cardio and lifting. That's more rare lately, but still, I don't really count it as walking unless it's the only thing I did that day. But looking at where we've come, I'm actually really happy with this. So I had my surgery back in May, and then I couldn't do anything until somewhere mid-June. And then I did start with some walking and some super light cardio, and then started easing into it even more in July. And so just the fact that like it's been building has been making me really happy. I'm also not done working out for this month. I do use a MyZone belt. And so what that does, it's a heart rate monitor and it tracks your points. And so you have to get 13 points or 1,300 points a month in order to keep your status. And right now I am at I think I'm at diamond status, which is like one before the highest status you can get. And so I'm like super motivated to keep that. And I still need about 300 points on that to do it. And so again, to get those points, I have to work out with the heart rate monitor on in order to achieve that. And so definitely not done for the month. There will be plenty more working out, and I'm really excited to do that. But in the meantime, fitness has been going really well in that it was better than before. It's not the best I've ever done ever, but again, I'm easing back into it and I'm just really happy about that. Turning the page goes into 22. I haven't been doing anything with that. But here on Family Highlights, I do like filling this out. And so it doesn't look like much now, but once I get like more of this filled out, it's really fun to look back on. And so last month we welcomed my nephew. My husband built this golf simulator situation in our garage, and I was just working on surgery recovery. In July, I wrote down a few highlights already, and I'm about to just kind of put that picture in. But Wes, our 15-year-old, started driving with his permit. He has to drive with an adult, but that started. It's been a roller coaster of emotions, but he's doing really, really well. We also took the boys the first time to go to hibachi for the first time ever. And not ever, I take that back, the first time in a really long time. So we had taken the boys back when they were maybe 3 and 5, and they were terrified, like the fire and people talking to them and having food made so close to you. They were just not having it. And so we just hadn't gone for, like 10 years almost. And so we took them back. They really enjoyed it. Well, Wes enjoyed it. The 13-year-old Chris did not as much. He just kind of kept to himself and didn't want to interact while the food was being made. But otherwise, we did overall have a really good time as a family that night. And then on the 4th of July, we also had some fun with our family members. And so that has been really great as well. So the picture I have that I'm sticking down is just a picture of Wesley behind the wheel, just to kind of mark that milestone for him. And there we go. Awesome. So I think, again, it's really fun to see all of the pictures at the end of the year, and even now as I'm putting it together. But that is my Family Highlights page. On the next page, I track my YouTube videos. There's not really a whole bunch of point with this other than it's nice to kind of see, oh yeah, I was busy. I was producing some stuff. It's just kind of fun to look back. And so for this one, I don't know how many I'm going to have extra. I ran out in June and I had 2 extra videos beyond what I've listed here. And so I already have more than 2 for July. So that's definitely been an increase as well. I've been doing a lot of daily plan with me's, which has helped to increase that number. But July, it's already more than 2. So I will definitely have increased from July. Now, the number of videos I'm putting out, I'm not trying to increase every single month. Eventually you run out of days for one. And then also I definitely don't want to get burnt out and then have to take a giant break, which has happened in the past where I've needed to take several months. And so if I need to scale back at any point, I will. It's more just kind of fun to see the flow of how things are going. And that takes us through everything at the beginning of the book. I'm going to now flip over into July. So here is the highlights page and how this is going. I have not yet finished a book, but I'm almost there. I'm at like 85%. And so this should be done soon. Right now it is Saturday the 24th. And so I still have a few days. I don't see myself not finishing it. I think that's going to be a nice check mark and another goal achieved there. Down here for habits, I did mark off habits when I did them. This isn't amazing, but when I compare it to June and how I was doing, they were not the same habits, I don't think, but some of them are. You can see it was worse. So we'll just say overall it was worse. So I definitely am improving with my habits as well. Not perfect, but again, I really just like seeing the improvement, and that makes me really happy, and it's pretty satisfying just to see that I am, again, improving in these areas month over month. As for don't forget, I did talk with all of my family members that I like to touch base with, and then for Plan With Me videos on the daily planner, I've definitely done 5 of those, which was my goal, but I've way exceeded that. Been doing a lot of Plan With Me's in the daily, so if you like dailies, check it out. I got a lot of those. Here over on my meal planning page, it's just a working page where I plan out my meals for the week, so not much to write home about there. Moving into the month, this is going pretty well as well. I need to finish marking this off. So what I've been doing is marking off my social media with a little dot when I do these various things. Again, it's just fun to see and fun to track. So for Thursday, let's see, right now it is currently Saturday. So for Thursday, I think I did some IG stories, but that was it. Yesterday, Friday, I think I had a Instagram post and stories. And then today was post and stories as well, but no YouTube video today. And that is pretty much how this month has worked out. I was writing in the week's post-op that I was on every week because that was nice to follow. But at this point, I don't know if I'll continue that because I'm feeling like recovery is mostly wrapped up. I'm mostly better. I would say for general functioning, I'm feeling 100%. It's just for working out, I'm definitely not at my full strength yet, but it is coming. All right, so here is what the first week in July looked like. I think my favorite part of all these spreads is just tracking the reading down at the bottom. And this is all the same book. So you'll see it at the bottom of every page here, what that is looking like as I slowly read that one book. But here is the second week. This was, and if you're curious, this was Cara Jo Plans. Love this kit. Super fun for 4th of July. This is Hand Can Plan. And again, the percentage is going up. This is a super fun week. I love this kit. And Alexandra Nicole Plans, always one of my favorites. I think this kit is just gorgeous. I was really happy with actually almost all of the kits for July that I used. Here is Hand Can Plan again. And here is today, Saturday. And yeah, so far it's going okay. I still do need to take vitamins today though, so that's a good reminder for myself. And then here is the last week that I just filmed the Plan With Me in. This is the only one I'm not happy with. I'm just gonna be honest. It's okay. Like, it's fine, but it doesn't make me smile the way the other ones do. It's okay. Like I said, it's fine. It's just not my favorite. I don't know if it's the color combinations. I think something about this like teal with the darkish red is not speaking to me. And then also I wound up using these date covers that I feel like would have looked better if I just left them off and just did washi, but you know what? Sometimes that happens and it's okay. I don't hate it. It's just not my favorite. All right, moving on. We've got a notes page I used, more notes over here, notes, whatever. And then this is an extra page that I didn't use. So what I've been doing is ripping these out. And part of why I got these pages were, one, if I needed the notes, but then if I didn't, I want to keep ripping these out so that I have room and it doesn't get too bulky. That's my kind of plan, is so I'll just take out extra notes pages when I'm not using them. All right, here we go for August. So before I get into this, what I do want to do is skip ahead to what I've heard people call the dead week. So what I have here are just printed out sticker paper, and I use the Cameo to cut this, but you could just cut with scissors, right? It's a square, it's not that big of a deal. So you can just print this out on sticker paper, but this is how I like to use those dead weeks so that they're not so dead, like they're actually useful for something. And so this month it happens to be in August because that is the month that has more gray on it and not so much here. So before I do this, the one thing I definitely want to do is white out this crazy one little piece of teal that's hanging out here. And this did show through last time, so I don't know, maybe I will go ahead and just white out the rest of the gray while I'm here too, and I'll just see if I like that any better. It does seem like a lot of effort just to get rid of a little bit of gray, but maybe it'll be better and look nicer. I actually think this is my last Tombow whiteout, or I guess it's technically correctional tape. Is that what it is? Yeah, correction tape. So I need to order more. I got these in a pack of 10 on Amazon, what feels like forever ago, but this is my last one. So apologies if you can hear my son, Chris. So my office is right above his bedroom, and he yells at his little friends and they play video games, and he is quite loud to the point where at night, like our bedroom is not right over top of him, but it's close enough where it is, you can definitely hear him at night if we go to bed before he does. And so, oh my word. So we had to get a white noise machine for our bedroom just to like drown him out. How sad is that? Like, he's just so loud. All right, so how I did this last time, I think, is I wound up folding this in order to get it to go down a little bit more easily. It's kind of a big sticker, and it's one of those things where I don't really want to get it crooked. All right, so I finished filling this out. I'll talk about it in just a moment, but just looking back to last month, so this is how I filled out the same pages for June, and just kind of to walk through these things, I actually did most of them. So the deep cleaning, I got back to that. Not super deep cleaning, but definitely back to kind of regular cleaning and not just the bare minimum, which is where I kind of felt like I was the beginning of June. And so, or beginning of July. And so at the end of July here, I feel like that's kind of back. I also wanted to resume decluttering, which I have done. That's kind of started back up again, which is great. I did get back to cardio. I did find a project. That project is a new lifting program that I'm starting this week for under family. We didn't do a family game night, but we did go to hibachi, like I mentioned before, and that kind of felt like a family outing because it did take several hours and we had a lot of fun together as a family. Lou and I did go on a date night. I definitely increased my Instagram posting and my YouTube videos. So actually everything that I wanted to do in the same process last month, I pretty much accomplished. So I'm pretty much very, very happy with that. Not every month is like that. All right, so here's what I set up that I want to accomplish for August. So for August, here's how it went in June or July. Things that went well. So I got back to cleaning, like I said, regularly, decluttering. I did start easing back into my workouts. I did lock my macros for several days. So I thought that went really well. Not every day, but definitely more than I was in the past. For family stuff, we did go to, like I said, 4th of July, hibachi. That was great. Planning, again, that was up. Already talked about that. Okay, so stuff for growth that I want to do in August is I do want to continue decluttering. I have some stuff I want to work on there. I need to find a rug for the living room. I don't have to, but I definitely very much want to. It's been something that every time I look at the carpet we have, it's horribly, horribly stained from pets. And so we've already deep cleaned it several times. It's clean, it's just stained, and I hate it. And so it's a huge eyesore. I would love to get a rug to put over top of it. I don't know if the rug over carpet's gonna look great, but we're gonna try that as kind of something to get us through until we decide to invest in carpet throughout the house. But yeah, definitely wanna do that. Next, for fitness, I want to start that new program now that I have located what I wanna do and actually get back into it. Protein, I wanna hit my goal more days than not. So instead of just saying macros, that wasn't super inspirational to me. So I'm really just gonna focus on protein because I've noticed that when I do that, everything else kind of falls into place. So I like to focus on protein for August. For family, again, family game night or outing, or just kind of something together as a family. Again, I would love to do that. And then of course, date night with Loon, what I want to do there as well. So I guess for some of this is not necessarily for growth, like big goals overall. Sometimes it's just, you know what? I really liked what happened last month and I want it to happen again. And I still think that's a good way to just, you know, set myself up for success. For planning, I want to continue my daily and weekly videos. So that one is continuing. And then also my mom's planner is about to run out. So I want to help her pick a new Plum Paper planner. That was really fun. We did that together for her last year and she needs a new one for October. So I'm really excited to do that with her as well. So I put that under planning as a little goal that I have for myself. All right, so that is the dead week. Now I can move on to the rest of my August highlights. So this is just the meal plan. That's just, like I said, a working page. This is what I kind of want to focus on just for a minute and just finish filling this out. All right, so here for the goal for my fitness goal is what I want to put in here. That's kind of what is remaining to be filled in, is that I really do want to significantly start to get into a groove with the new lifting program. So I'm trying to think of how I can word that that's more of a SMART goal and not just start it, because I could do one workout and officially start it, right? So I think what I want to call this is actually, I'm going to label it 2 workouts per week, because 2 to 4 is what I want to do, but 2 would be the minimum. So if I were to do that every single week, at least 2, I would feel more like I'm in it, even if I'm unable to do the full 4 days a week. So let's go with that. So I'm just going to write down 2 workouts on new program. And I don't love that this is going outside there. I thought it would be fine. Now that it's down, I don't like it, but it is what it is. There's no orange out, right? I can't like white that out, so it's fine. All right, it is what it is. Moving on. Down here for projects and reminders, I'm just going to do a little square box again here, and this is just going to be for finding that carpet. That's the project for the month. I really want to find that rug. So locate and purchase rug. So focusing on my habits, I'm trying to think of what would really speak to me to get the rest of my goals done. And so if I were to just look at this, what I have up top for goals, habits that will support that. I don't know if there's a habit that will support date night necessarily, but for working out, I think definitely some kind of activity or movement really daily. So some days it'll be that workout, some days it will be just walking, but some kind of activity I think would help. So I'm just going to put move, and I will know that that is workout or at least walk, but do something to get up and active every single day if possible. I also think that reading is an important one here. And then I also want to do protein as a goal, like I mentioned before. That'll help me like easily count whether or not I did hit the protein more days than I did not. And then supplements as well, because it's something where if I don't write it down, I don't do it, and it does help me to have that. All right, so I think that looks pretty good. All right, I'm feeling much better about August. That feels like it's totally set up now. The other thing I want to do is bop to the end of the book, and I do have a couple pages back here that I have been working on as well. Yeah, here we go. So monthly reading challenge check-in where we are. So I guess I'm a little behind where I was last time because today's the 24th of July. And this time last month, I was already done with that book. And so the one I'm on right now, I'm 18% away from finishing it. So maybe I'll even try to finish it today. We'll see. But it's not finished yet, so I can't fill that out here. But I am trying to read 12 books in 2021. So I'm trying to pace at just one book a month, which has been mostly working out. I just got that one more, but I have a few days, so I feel confident. I feel good. All right, on these pages, I'm trying to think if I have any other projects I want to write down. I think that I am going to count finding that rug as a project. So new rug for living room. The other thing I want to do someday, maybe within the next year, is also new carpets throughout the house. But again, I don't know that that is going to be happening anytime in the near future. I also want to do new gym flooring in our basement. So I do have like a gym setup. It's like a whole home gym. I've got squat rack, Peloton, free weights. I know I've got a kettlebell. So I have, let's see what else, bench, lots of barbells, lots, 2. For me, it's lots, it's plenty. So I do have plenty of things down in the basement, but the flooring we have is this blue spongy carpet, and it's just not the best for lifting. So Lou and I have been talking, and we think that we might do some new gym flooring. You can also get like horse stall mats, and that will do kind of the same thing. So we're kind of comparing those things and deciding which we want to do, but it would be nice to get that in at some point. So this is more like stuff for the year, not necessarily stuff for August, but I want to kind of track it and just write it down so that when we have energy and resources for a project, we have some things to look at. And over here on the sister page to projects is decluttering. And these are the things that I had started writing down. I know things will keep coming to mind to continue to add to this, but for right now, on the things I did this month already is I decluttered we have like a black storage unit. It's just cubes that we keep in the kitchen. So I decluttered all of that, and that's all cleared out now. I also did go through, where is it? Kitchen surfaces. So we had just kind of amassed little stacks of things all over the kitchen, or different appliances that really should be put away that weren't. And so I just went through and cleared off the counters. Now only what is there is what should be there, and that's feeling a lot better already. And the last page I have here is my fitness goals page. And so I was trying to do this Operation Gun Show and do 100 days of hitting my macros, but I'll be honest, here's what happened with this. I was doing pretty good with tracking my macros and hitting them really perfectly, consistently for just shy of a week. And I noticed that I started to have some really like negative things were coming back as far as my relationship with food. I used to be a bodybuilder. I might again someday, but it was just really bad where I was obsessing about food all the time, whether or not I was hitting my numbers right, or whether or not I was eating too much, or obsessing over all the things I couldn't eat. And so whenever I see those negative thought patterns come back, I don't want that. And I don't care what I look like at the expense of it. So I actually am pretty happy with what I look like right now. And I feel pretty good most of the time, especially when I get my protein in. So that's why I think that's a good, healthy goal. And that feels good. That doesn't feel off. But doing this for 100 days of hitting my macros, it just started to feel not great. And so I will be doing another fitness goal. So eventually what I'd like to do is probably put that I want to, get really, really consistent with my lifting or focus on a program. I'd also like to get into Olympic lifting at some point. And so more goals will come here, but this one is probably not working out. And it's okay to say that things don't work out, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I would rather have a healthy mental relationship with food on a daily basis, because we eat all the time, right? So I would rather do that than have things go south. So that brings us to the end of the book. I like to go through stickers at the end of the month as well and just kind of see what I have in here, what I'm keeping, and just kind of consolidate these as well. So here's what I've got left for the month. I've got a whole bunch of these Alexander Nicole plans from that kit. That's still here. So I think what I'm going to do is get these all into one sheet to use in my daily planner. So I'm going to set that aside to do that with. And then I also have the rest of this kit. There's just a few things from this planner cake kit. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to use any of this. So this I can throw out and just start to, again, keep this pocket clear so I can put stickers for August in it. All right, so that brings us to the end of this July review and kind of kick off into August. So thank you so much for joining me today, especially if you're here all the way till the end. I hope you have a great rest of your day, rest of your week, and we will chat soon. Bye, guys.